Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2019. It's episode number 57. And this is it. We're here. Finally. Biggest episode in the history of this series, including dating back to the 2017 series. And it very well could end in the first game of the episode. However, this is it. Our first appearance in the Final Four. We still have it all to do, but looking at this matchup, we've got a chance. We really do. North Carolina State is the opponent in the Final Four matchup. They're 30-7. We're 29-7. They're ranked number 4. We're ranked number 7. But here's where things start to go our way a little bit. They're not Conference A. I think they're Conference B. They might have been Conference B champions. But I'm 6th in the RPI. They're 7th. They're 30-7 overall, but they were 12-4 in conference play. So 3 losses outside of the conference. I only had 1 loss outside of the conference. I played in Conference A. I played at a level below. That puts us on a similar path. Similar trajectory. Now, to get here, to this point, just looking at the back half of the season, not the front half. This is all already partly into conference play up until now. I had to play Florida twice and lost. And that was a difficult matchup. But then I had really, really tough games at Miami. Against North Carolina. Against Duke. Against Utah, who, yes, their rank dropped, but they were an elite team in every sense of the word. I have wins against number 3 North Carolina, number 1 Duke, and most recently in the Elite 8 matchup of the number 1 team in the nation, Syracuse, to get to where I am. We can beat the best teams out there. We're capable. Now here's North Carolina State's path against ranked opponents. It's quite a few ranked opponents. So this is not a pushover. They belong in the Final Four. But outside of a win against Syracuse early in the season and a 1-point home victory against North Carolina that they barely squeaked out of again early in the season, they haven't been as good lately. They lost to Memphis. They lost to Utah. That same Utah team that I beat easily. Their wins of late have all been against lower ranked teams. They beat Butler. They beat Arizona. They beat Arizona again. They beat UNLV. And then they beat UNLV again. So their last 4 ranked opponents have been the same 2 schools that they've beat each time. And by about 10 points, roughly, other than the first win against Arizona at home. 3 of those were home games, 1 away. I would imagine some of this was tournament play, possibly. We can take a look now at that tournament setup, who they've been up against. But my guess is they've not had anywhere near the difficulty on their path to the Final Four that I've had. That's Duke's. That's Wake Forest. Okay, so here we go. North Carolina State in the Indianapolis region. So Nevada was the 1 seed there, and not North Carolina State. They were actually a 2 seed. Even though they were ranked number 4. And I think the clear divide was Nevada, Conference A. UNLV, Conference B. Clear difference between the two. Wake Forest, I think, actually might have even been. Well, no, because they didn't play Wake Forest. Wake Forest must have gotten knocked off in the semifinal for Conference B. Unless one of them is Conference C. But anyway, North Carolina State played Cornell. Easy opponent. They played Georgetown. This is not the Georgetown of old, not the Georgetown that my generation knows. They just haven't been the same team for a long time, including in this game. I've seen them ranked only a couple times. Then they play their first difficult opponent in Arizona. And again, this is that same Arizona that right now is playing Conference B, having a bit of a down year, 22-11, just on the edge of being ranked, trying to bounce back to Conference A, but clearly a step below where they could and should, and pretty much have always been. Arizona's having a down couple years. Then, right, and that was a 6 seed, a 7 seed, and a 15 seed. So Memphis got knocked off early. And then Nevada got knocked off early, and they had to play UNLV, another interconference opponent who squeaked by Western Kentucky, squeaked by Oklahoma. It's a good Oklahoma team, but squeaked by. And then played against Kansas State, an 8 seed who had upset Nevada on their way. And yes, that was a comfortable victory. But North Carolina State haven't had a difficult road to the Final Four. We're the first team that they're going to play that's really had a tough path. Eastern Illinois, that one was easy. Birmingham, okay. Still not that tough. Charlotte gave us a run for our money, and that was a surprise after they upset North Carolina. They upset North Carolina. North Carolina should have been ranked above me, but North Carolina struggled. They were a 3 seed, but number 6 in the nation. And Charlotte came in with the form, and we shut them down. But then Syracuse, number 1 team in the tournament, that was just blowing everybody away, including my own conference, going through the conference tournament and through the schedule. So we do have a chance to get out of this game and into the national championship. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It might not. Regardless, at this point, we've already achieved what my main goal was, which was to get a Final Four appearance somewhere in these next few seasons to boost our prestige to the point where we can really start recruiting into the top 25 players and getting the elite talent that we have yet to be able to recruit. Again, we have another excellent recruiting class of 2 coming in, but they're both top 40 recruits in Brooker and Kennedy. And I think we're looking really good heading into next season. But again, that's future, down the road. I still want to start grabbing that top 25 talent, which has not been in our grasp yet, as those always go for the top prestige programs, and we're not there yet. We're still a ways away. Even with the boost we're going to get this year, I don't think we're going to be there yet. But that prestige will go higher and better. And whoa, look at that. So on paper, I've been the underdog again and again and pull off victories. Team always outplays what paper says we should do, and that's because of the long-term tactics that I've had set and keep and maintain, and we essentially play above where we're at on paper. But we've got advantages with Morrison and Smith and Cougar and the bench. Message, of course, walk-on junior. I'm not surprised that he is outplayed, even though it's a freshman. But North Carolina State, that very well could be one of those top 25 guys, and he is their leader, their star. So that actually could be a problem for us in this game, is that Frazier, 24 points per game, the freshman. Message is pretty good defense, though. So we'll see if he can lock him down a bit. Ross is at a disadvantage, but not by much. Not by much. So we'll see if Ross defensively could take him on. And again, Ross himself is a freshman. So we've got a decent chance in this game to get to the championship game. Of course, then at that point, it's Duke and Wake Forest, the number 2, number 3 team in the nation. We've already knocked off the team above them. But, I mean, look at that path to the championship that we would have to get through this year. We still have a chance. We've beaten Duke. We haven't played Wake Forest this season. But even though they are 31-3, they're not Conference A. It could happen. But let's get to it. Did I not click on the button? No. I was so flippin' excited that I didn't click on the button. Sorry. We're gonna get the championship game though, because we're playing in it. I forgot to check the box. I was too excited. What the heck? Drop an F in the comments. I deserve that. I failed miserably on that. But Cougar had a huge day. Okay, 14 rebounds for Cougar. Double-double for him. What the heck did I just do? Message, nothing offensively. But clearly got the job done defensively. Only the 3 fouls. Didn't create a bunch of turnovers or anything. And no, he didn't get the job done because Frazier had 43 points. But he was still a -10. So 7 for 19 beyond the arc. Didn't shoot terribly well. 13 of 30. This is what you call a Kobe Bryant type of day. Kobe Bryant was a guy who always put up big numbers, sometimes massive numbers, even beyond a 43, more than half his team's points. However, Kobe Bryant was not an efficient scorer. Horrible field goal percentage. Took a lot of long-range two-pointers that hurt. And yes, there was a couple years there where the Lakers were really good. But there was coaching, and there was Shaq. And even though Shaq was terrible from the free throw line, he was an efficient scorer. And that's where those championships came from. Shaq went away, and the Lakers just got worse and worse and worse until Kobe finally retired. Now, holy crap, did I screw that up? But Jerry Smith had a huge day with 21 points. Kennedy did really well. It's going to get confusing next year with 2 Kennedys. Great day off the bench with 23 minutes, by the way. Out playing Morrison. I don't know what happened there, but he had 4 fouls. Maybe that's what it was. But we shot 52% from the field. They were 40%. Again, the efficiency part is what stands out, and we win by 10. Duke knocks off Wake Forest, so we're going to have another matchup with Duke where they are heavily favored, but we did beat them last time. However, that was a home game last time we played. Their big scorer was also horribly inefficient, but he had a James Harden type day. No, he didn't. James Harden doesn't do this. He does this, though. 21 free throw attempts. So we have got to keep that guy off of the line if we are going to beat him in the championship game, which we're in. What the heck? Alright, let's get through this day. We're going to look at the matchup, which we've seen before because it's Duke, and we have played them a couple times. And we actually have a chance in this. Most of these, remember, we were 9 or 10%. Here we are in the championship game, and it's 23% this time against Duke. Morrison, though, the only advantage we have. Disadvantage everywhere else, including Cougar and Ross, who are excellent players. Masic, no surprise there. And again, it's a freshman, though. They also have a freshman at power forward. And this doesn't surprise me at all with Duke and the way they recruit, the one and dones, those guys that we aren't yet able to recruit. But now, with the championship appearance, this will absolutely see a big jump to our prestige, win or lose this game. And dang it, somebody needs to click the right button this time as we enter the... Hey, there it is. Check mark. How did I not check the box? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, no, you can tell me now. Remember? F. But we're here. Alright. Let's do it. The National Championship. I'm excited to be here. Even if I was too excited to be in the semifinal. Ooh, audio, game audio. There we go. Bring that down a notch. We get off to a quick start, 7-0, before Duke get their first bucket of the game. But they are working on their comeback now at 9-3. We've already committed 2 fouls. That's the big concern in this game, is foul trouble. When we played them earlier, it was also a concern. So Duke do draw a lot of fouls, so we've got to be very, very careful there. That lead is down to 3 already, and now level before we get our next bucket. We are 50% from the field. They are doing quite well. They're already 4 for 5. We've already got 4 fouls, and those 4 fouls are distributed with Ross already having 2 of them, so we've got to be super careful. All 4 fouls are starters. Game back and forth here, and I'm already going to start to slow it down, even though we're still in the first half, because, I mean, come on, it's the National Championship. We'll go 9 for the rest of the first half. I'll slow it down a lot more in the second half, but it's 22-19 after that dunk, and defense playing man-to-man right now, and good shot there from the elbow, after we miss one from the elbow at the other end, and they miss it from the elbow there, so it's trading elbow buckets. That was a very long range too. Not a fan of that shot at all. Offensive rebound here. Another chance. They reset. Work it around the outside. Get to the free throw line. Reset to the top. And that was a foul call. Our 5th now. 2 minutes had gone by since we had slowed down. And it had been a little while. But no, there's foul number 6 and 2 free throws. But after a quick score at the other end, early in the shot clock, we retain a 3-point lead. Missed the 3-pointer there. Rebound goes to them. Another foul. That's number 7. They do have 5 themselves, but the free throw line is not where we win games, but it is where Duke wins games, and that was foul number 8. Foul trouble is rampant. Smith has 2. Ross has 2. Masic has 2. Morrison has 2. So 4 players have committed all 8 of those fouls, and that is problematic. We got 3 guys on the court with 2 fouls right now. Did we just miss both free throws? I think we missed 1. They've had 10 free throw attempts already. We just got a couple more. We got a tie game here at 31, so it's very much a battle at the moment. Turnover there. Quick move down there. We get the offensive rebound. No score, though. They work the ball inside. Fortunately, we force him back outside for the 3 under pressure, and he misses. But then we take the early shot, and they get the rebound. So we're not grabbing rebounds hardly at all, are we? No, it's 16-15. We're okay in that department. Turnovers are level at 4. Fouls are now level at 8. 3-pointers have been the Achilles heel of both teams so far. They are 1 for 6. We're 2 for 12. Both teams 8 for 10 at the free throw line, and very similar shooting, though we've had a few more attempts than them. Rebounding advantage is up to +3, and I think that's the difference on the scoreboard as we're up 38-35 as we approach halftime. So they're working the ball here for this possession. Big 3-pointer there on the dribble, under pressure. They drained it. Cheka has 10 points for them. Main scorer Ryan Jackson has 6. Cheka's 4 for 8 shooting. Jackson is 3 for 5. And other than that, most of their team not putting up much. I guess Anderson's 9 points on 3 of 4. And actually that is quite efficient. So Both teams up to 10 fouls now as we approach halftime, and we get the buzzer-beating three-pointer to end the half to take a 44-41 halftime lead. That was a really good half of basketball. The worrying part is the foul trouble. We'll see as we start the second half if any players had picked up a third foul. Masic did. So that does hurt, as Masic is going to open the second half from the bench. Other than that, though, the other guys were able to settle down. Scoring is spread pretty evenly. No players in double digits yet. Kennedy's struggling to shoot 1 for 5, but other than that, everybody else is doing pretty well. Cougar 3 for 8. A little bit iffy. 7 points, but he does have 6 boards, so he's getting the job done still. Belongs on the court. Quick foul to start the half is not a good way to go. And then a turnover at the other end. And all of a sudden, just like that, they have 7 points already in the half. Slow down a little more here. 17 minutes to go in the national championship. And that shot there by, I think it was Smith, ties the game. Three-pointer, though, to trail. Scoring's up here to start the half. Full court pressure. Got the ball inside to the elbow. Another foul called. And they get the offensive rebound on the missed free throw. And another foul. That's 3 fouls already. Just 3 minutes inside the half. Ross picks up his third. So that foul trouble continues. But we've got a level game at least. Turnover, our ball. Feeding the ball down low. Turned it over, though, so we give it right back. They work the ball down to the block, but we force it back out. They try to get it back down into the block. We get the steal. We get in close to the block, draw the foul. Finally, that's 2 fouls on them this half. 15 to play. Oof. Wide open down to the block, but quick switch by the defense. And they force it back out. Another foul. Jeez, we get them late into the clock, and they call us for the foul. That's already 4 in the half. Not sure what happened on that. Apparently a turnover. Our 8th, they only have 6. That's one area, and then we're going to have to clean it up a little bit here as this half goes on. But we force one there. That's going to pull that back to just a -1. At the elbow. Out to the wing. He's going to cut in, take the long range too. That's a terrible shot, but at least we get the offensive rebound. Beat it back. Cross, we're switching ways. We get right in front, close range. Nice shot. And we retake the lead. Work the ball around the perimeter. In the zone now. 1-2-2 zone. And the three-pointer is good for Duke, and it's a 2-point lead. We're going to set up at the other end. Playing in the man-to-man. Just free flow right now. Doesn't generate the best of shots here. And after the miss, Duke has a chance to stretch the lead. Be one of their biggest of the game. And they do. It's 59-55. We trail by 4. Momentum, though, isn't there. We get the ball quickly down into the block, but we reset to the elbow. Work the ball. Please don't take that shot. I hate that shot. Most of the offense that I have set is not designed for that. Oh, the easy putback after that miss. That zone's not working very well at the moment. And I'm thinking about a timeout if they get another score. They're up by 6. Another missed long range 2. Again, the worst shot in basketball. We opt for it. They bring the ball down to the block, and now it's an 8-point lead. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here. We need to reset. Reevaluate. That momentum is gone, so the timeout apparently did work. Feed the ball outside, work it into the elbow, and turn it over after the pass down low, giving the momentum back to Duke again. And another shot, and it's a 10-point deficit just like that. We went from a 2-point lead to a 10-point deficit. It's a 12-0 run for Duke. Luckily, the momentum is minimal as we run the 5 out here. Feed the ball down to the elbow, and we miss both free throws. Really? Turnover and momentum just from that. Oh, maybe it was an offensive foul? A defensive foul there. Their fourth. Feed the ball inside to the elbow. Another missed shot. Come on. We've got some momentum now. We just need to get some scores. Another turnover. Turnovers are now level. Come on. We've got momentum. We need a score desperately here with 10 minutes to go in the national championship. We take the 3, but there's a dead ball. Ball went out of bounds off the rebound. I'm guessing the ball went off the rim and landed out of bounds there. Caught too much front rim, but the inside of it missed the backboard entirely, went out of bounds. After their miss and after another miss from us, that is ridiculous. We're 3 for 17 beyond the arc. They're now 5 for 15. Their percentage is coming up. The fouls, luckily, has really slowed. It's been 6 minutes since we committed. I said 6 minutes, but now we just commit another. Ross, he's got 4. 10 to go. Deficit remains 10 points. Under pressure, can we force the turnover here? Or can they escape the zone? They do. They escape it with the free throws. Drawing the foul. He misses 1 of 2, but we turn it over again. What the heck is going on? Now the momentum's gone without ever actually generating any points whatsoever. Oh, huge 3. That is an absolute dagger. We're down by 14. The momentum, though, is not severe. We just keep missing on every single shot. We haven't made a shot in 4 or 5 minutes of play, and put back there by Duke. Now they do have momentum. Full timeout. Come on. Come on, guys. Most critical moment of the game. If we don't make this, it's game over. And I think that's game over. We trail by 16. It's an 18-0 run by Duke. 20-0 run by Duke. We've used 2 timeouts. We had the momentum at multiple times. Turnover there. Not sure how they didn't get called for a foul. With all that screaming going on, it sounds like they were hacking away at us, or at least it feels like it in my mind. Finally, our first shot in almost 10 minutes. I think it was 8 or 9 minutes since our last made field goal. Last made free throw even. We had 2 free throws in that stretch. There's a miss, a rebound. Come on, come on. There's a foul. Their first foul in ages. Long range 2. Stop settling for that shot. Main reason for so many misses. Come on, come on. Defense is in the right position. This should force a turnover. It doesn't. And another long range 3 under pressure drilled. They're now 7 for 20 beyond the arc after going 2 for 12. So they've made 5 of the last 8 beyond the arc, while we've made 1 of last 5. And we just missed a layup from an inch away unguarded. We've only made 1 field goal now in over 10 minutes. This game is slipping away. I think it already slipped away a couple minutes ago. Another miss. Duke's got the rebound. Yep. Turnover. Come on. We need a run. We need a run. Ross is back on the court finally. Still without Masic, though. Or Smith. But Kennedy plays a lot of minutes, so we're okay there, though he's 1 for 8 today. He's been the one player who struggled all game long. Big 3-pointer, but the lead is 16. And it didn't generate that much momentum because they have such a comfortable lead, and they come right back down to the other end and score. So it's clear we're going to take second. which is outstanding. But it could have been so much more. We were up 55-53. They've scored 27 points to our 5. Now 7. Speed this back up. This game's definitely over 18 points, 3 minutes, 44 seconds to play. Frustratingly close. And it didn't end up coming down to the fouls. It came down to shooting. I mean, we just missed 15 straight shots. The timeouts didn't work. The AI changing the tactics didn't work. I mean, none of it. It just never came together. Now we're finally starting to score, but of course it's way too late. I mean, we just missed 3 free throws. Not sure how we ended up with 3, but we just missed 3 free throws. We just missed the layup again. The open layup again. By the way, we did finally make a 3-pointer. Woo! But we're down 25. So we are getting blown away in the end to a game that we were very much in reach of just 15 minutes ago. $20 left until we have to accept our fate as runners-up. Which, hey, there's no shame in it, and I really did not come into this expecting that we were going to be national champion. I was just happy to be to the Final Four, and then thrilled to be in a championship game, even if I messed up the semifinal on that matter. Game over. Duke takes the victory, 89-69. We had every chance to win that game. We just went ice cold for 10 minutes. 10 whole minutes without scoring. Any team will lose. So, close, but no cigar. We're going to go ahead and start with the awards. We'll get to that. And we'll get ourselves set. Let's go ahead and go into the recap because it was a special year. Tournament recap. Okay, I've never looked at the end of the year awards in this manner. They have music. That was great. Okay, Conference A awards. Player of the Year, Frazier Hammond, senior out of Florida. Freshman of the Year, Jim Ross. Excellent job, dude. Defensive Player of the Year, Bobby Davis out of Cincinnati. Coach of the Year. Hey. First team All-Conference. Frazier Hammond. Chambliss. Udonis Cougar. Nice. Second team All-Conference. And Jim Ross. So we get 3 awards. First team All-Conference, second team All-Conference, and Coach of the Year. I've never looked at the entire association once because I've never been there, but Jerry Frazier out of North Carolina State. Mr. 40-something points there in the semifinal. He's definitely a one and done. Player of the Year, Darius Spears. Darius Spears gets Freshman of the Year out of Wake Forest, so there, the Conference B Freshman of the Year takes that one nationally. Robbie Davis takes Defensive Player of the Year. Tony Bennett of Wake Forest, myself, gets that claim. So the semifinal loser gets that. They did have the best record. And first team All-American. We'll see how this is different and if we get any sort of nod here. No. What about second team All-American? No nod there either. Still, really, really good season. And so close. And it's what I wanted, though. It's what we needed. We needed a Final Four appearance. We needed something to build the prestige so I can finally start recruiting the top tier players. Because I'm getting the second tier players and I'm recruiting them quite well. And they're getting us in the position where we're in. We're consistently now a Conference A team. I mean, it's only been 2 seasons, but I don't think we're going anywhere. I think we're going to be able to maintain our position in Conference A for the foreseeable future. I think we'll continue to recruit the kind of players that we need to stay in Conference A. But what's that next level? What's that top tier? Right? That's the Final Four teams. And we just got ourselves an appearance. And that's going to do the prestige that will hopefully give us the edge where we can recruit that elite player. If I can start bringing those guys in, we can start winning national championships. We reached the Final Four. Finished top 3 in the conference. We were, 4th? 20 plus games. Good job. Really? 6? Well, I mean, I guess we're starting to get up there at 65. That is certainly up there on prestige. But I get to the national championship playing in Conference A and it only goes up from 59 to 65. I thought it would have gone up a bit more than that. I didn't expect it to go above 70 or anything, but, 8-9 points. That's actually slightly disheartening that it only went up that much. But I get it now. At 65, max is just about 80. And we haven't won a national championship. So I get it that we haven't quite earned the 70 plus yet. But prestige tracker, I don't know if it's going to show up. It's the 65 just yet. No, it's not showing this year's. But let's take a look at Duke real quick anyway, who just won another national championship, of course. Oh, see, it doesn't max out at 80. It certainly does go to 100. And they have been right on up there. So, again, with that, it could have got up more than it did. I mean, look at last season to this previous season, how much it went up. It went up as much as it did this season. In fact, it looks like it went up more. It looks like it went from about 50 to 59. So it only went up by 6 with a national championship appearance. Right. I know it slows down the higher you get. I get it. Okay. Alright. Enough. We deal. This stuff doesn't really apply until you get to the end of the season. So next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up with a review of player records, coach records, team records, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll kind of get a brief look at where we're at on recruiting. So I'll start the episode right at the beginning of the recruiting portion of the calendar. And so we'll do a little off-season special, but it'll be definitely an updated team review. Where are we at? Our number 1 game here, Watkins and Davies each have had 13 field goals made. And what year are we in now? 2030. So we just wrapped up the 2029-2030 season. And it's been a while since we've had anything up there. And that's a little bit worrying that I just don't have the one go-to scorer. I'm hoping that like Brooker or Kennedy, one of them can take over in that department. In terms of the players, Derek Webb is one of the ones on his way out, and Luis Barnes. That doesn't hurt too much. I mean, Webb, current season, 8 minutes a game. So we're only losing 8 minutes from Webb. And from Barnes, he contributes a bit at 5 minutes a game. So 5 minutes a game, that is not much production to replace. And this is what I'm excited about for next season. We're going to get stronger and deeper. Everybody else is developing. The two players we're losing aren't going to hurt us. They are not going to hurt us. So I'm excited for next season. Could we do more? We could only do one better at this point, really, other than regular season improvements and maybe winning the Conference A tournament. But I think it's time. Now that we've had the Final Four appearance, now that the prestige is pushing up there, it's time. I've got to start getting after those top 25 recruits. Hopefully, though, I don't suddenly tank, right, by going after those guys and lose out on the Charles Kennedys or the Jeff Brookers who are in the top 40. But I think, for the most part, I could recruit almost exclusively top 100 players now and not have to bother anything beyond that. We're here, and we're here to stay. Not the ending we wanted, but really it is. It is. I had no expectation to actually go out and win the national championship. It's been all about the can I finally crack the top 4, get into the Final Four. And we not only did that, but we saw the national championship game. And dang it, we were right there in it for 25 minutes before it fell apart. But we're there. And we beat Duke this season. We beat all those top teams this season outside of Wake Forest, who we never played. So it's not out of our reach anymore. And we're going to be better next season. So maybe we could be a legit threat for the Final Four and not just the little team that could. The upset. The Wichita State in real life the last few years. I think we're past that point, but you get what I'm saying. That's going to do it for this episode and this current season. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.